So, we'll be talking about telling the time. For telling the time, do you know what to do if someone asks you? You may find out by checking out your digital clock or your digital watch. But do you know how to use an analog clock? Well, don't worry, I will tell you how. The clock started by being a round sphere which is divided into 12 parts. Usually it is divided into two equal halves, okay, with its main divisions. And then we keep adding divisions, small ones, and we count them to five until we get big ones. And we continue on until we make 12 of them. We number them, starting with this one, with number one, and we move on this way down, rounding until we hit all the 12. So if we watch a clock, it will move always to that size. This is known as counterclockwise. That's the way that a clock will always move. It will keep going until it hits back the 12th. It will be passing through seconds and minutes, and in between, it will be showing hours. So you can see the movement of the those little lines that are there, and they're showing how time goes through. So we already know that we had a sphere divided into 12 pieces, okay? And each piece of those 12 parts, it's equally divided into five. Let's count. One, two, three, four, and this main one will count as five. Those count for minutes. That's why if we move on from one and the same way counterclockwise, we'll be counting each of the numbers will count as 5 minutes, and we'll keep adding five to it. So one will be 5 minutes, the two will imply 10 minutes, the three will mean 15 minutes, the four 20 minutes, the five 25 minutes, the six 30 minutes, the 7 35 minutes, the 8 40 minutes, the 9 45 minutes, the 10 50 minutes, and the 11 55 minutes. The 12 rounds up to 60 minutes. So when we tell the time, we use those little lines that you saw. They're called hands. We have a shorthand that is called the hour hand, and it points out or tells the hour. And then we have a long hand, which is called the minute hand, and it tells you the minutes passed. So let's check it out. We have the clock, its division 12, and then divided into 60 minutes, and we add the hands. So that way we know how to call it out as a time. Perhaps this one, the shorthand, is pointing out to the two or the three, and the long hand or the minute hand is pointing out as, so we count to 34. We have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and then we continue 31, 32, 33, and 34. Let's do another example. So, but not only that, we have AM and PM. So you know that the first half of the day from midnight to midday, it's used AM. And for the second half of the afternoon and the night, it's called PM. So if we count the 24 hours that the day is divided, we will have from the first hour, 00, to 11:59, it will be AM. And the second half, from 12 to 23 hours, 59 minutes, it will be PM. For example, if we get the 3 a.m., we will say that it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And if it's 3 p.m., we will say that it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. When we have the minute hand hitting the 12th, we called it o'clock. And when we have the minute hand hitting the 6th, we called it half because it's half of the time that has been passed. So that gives us day or night. So when we use morning or afternoon or evening or night, let me tell you the why. How? We will be having from sunrise to 11:59 a.m. morning. And usually and typically the sunrise, which when the sun comes up, occurs around 6 a.m. Then we have noon or the middle of the day, and it is at 12 p.m. Afternoon is from 12:01 p.m. to around 5 p.m. And the evening is from 5:01 p.m. to around sunset, which means that the sun is coming down and the moon is coming up. The sunset may vary among the different countries. There are countries where the sunset goes at 7 p.m., like in Venezuela, most of the time, and there are countries which the sunset is set at 8 p.m. or even at 9 p.m. It will depend on the season. And then night comes from sunset, which we said it was around 7, so from 7:01 to 11:59. And finally, we will have midnight, which is at 12 a.m., 12 o'clock sharp. And from that on, from 12:01 to sunrise, we call it dusk. So we have two common ways of telling the time. We say the hour first and then the minutes, which is the easiest way and the way you all of you know. That means that we have here the hour hand is pointing out to the 6, and then the minute hand I will count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So it is 6:25. Easy. We can also show that here it is 8, and then we count only 5 minutes. So it must be 8:05. When we have a number that it has a zero included, that means 01 to 09, we say O. We change the zero for an O. So we say it's 8:05. So over here, we will have, even if you don't have numbers in this clock, you know that the first over here will be the 12, the this other mark will be 3, this other mark will be 6, and this big mark will be 9. So you can count them in. So the hour hand here is counting to 9, and the minute hand is pointing to 5, 10, 11 minutes. So it means that it's 9:11. So in this case, you have 2, and we count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34. So it's 2:34. We can also say the minutes first and then the hour. And we use the words past and to. So we use the words 1 through 30 minutes, we use past. And for minutes 31 to 59, we use to. So let's check it out. If we have the 12, the minute hand hidden in the 12, it is called o'clock. If we have the minute hour hidden in the 1, it will be 5 minutes implied past. And then if we have the minute hand in 2 will be 10 past. In the 3, it's a quarter past. In the 4, it's 20 past. In the 5, it's 25 past. In the 6, it's half past. In the 7, we start counting how many minutes we need to get to 12. So from 7, we start counting 5, 10, 20, 25. So the 7 will be 25, 2. And we are going to add the next hour that will be. So we have 22 from the 8, the 9 it's quarter to, the 10 is 10, 2, and the 11 is 5, 2. Let's see some example. If we have 2, 0, 0, it will be 2 o'clock. 2:05 will be 5 past 2. But if we have 2:35, it's 25 to 3. We are using the next hour. So, what do you think it will be here? It's in the first half, the minute hand, so it will be using past. So we count how many minutes? 10, 5, 10, 15, 20. So it will be 20 past. And which is the hour? 11. So in this example, we have in the second half. So we will be using 2. And we will have to count how many minutes we need to get to 12. If you can remember, it was 25 in the 7. But if you don't remember, we can count. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So it will be 25 2. And which is the next hour here? The 3. So it will be 25 to 3. And over here it's past. So it will be 18 past 4. And over here it will be 2. So it will be 9 to 9, meaning that there's missing 9 minutes to get to 9. So this is all for now. You may wait for us, study the chart, and we will be reviewing some more next class. See you later, alligators.